Welcome to another show. Today, we're going to rank the actors who played Superman, the top 10 actors who played the Man of Steel.
This is a job for Superman.
Lois was in that car. She was blindfolded.
I didn't see her.
But I did. Turn around.
You'll never get away with this.
If you're depending on Superman, I wouldn't. He doesn't even know what's going on.
Are you sure?
Superman, the beloved superhero created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, has been brought to life by several talented actors over the decades. Each portrayal has left a distinct mark on the character's legacy. Here's a list of the top 10 actors who have donned the cape and embraced the mantle of the Man of Steel. Before we look at our top 10, let's talk about the new Superman, David Corenswett. I must say, personally, I'm looking forward to the new Superman, and I love that Krypto is in this movie. Everything I've seen so far looks good to me. Now to the actor. David Packard Corenswett was born July 8, 1993, and is an American actor. After graduating from Juilliard in 2016, he began guest starring in television series, including House of Cards in 2018. He played lead roles in the Netflix series The Politician and Hollywood, both created by Ryan Murphy. In 2022, he starred in the films Look Both Ways and Pearl, and the HBO miniseries We Own This City. In 2024, he had supporting roles in the film Twisters and the miniseries Lady in the Lake. In 2025, he will star in the DC Universe film Superman as the title character. In March 2023, Corenswett and his wife, Julia Best Warner, were married in Immaculate Conception Church in New Orleans. It was an interfaith wedding ceremony that included both her Catholic customs and his Jewish customs. It was officiated by a priest and a rabbi. They have one daughter. As of April 2025, they had moved back to Pennsylvania to raise her. And now that we've looked at the current Superman, let's count down the top 10. And at number 10, it's Nicolas Cage.
What does the cape mean exactly?
I know. Well, I was going to treat it again the same way.
While Nicolas Cage never officially played Superman in a released film, except for his brief AI cameo in the Flash movie, his involvement in the canceled movie Superman Lives, directed by Tim Burton, is legendary. Cage's casting remains a fascinating chapter in the character's history. Cage kind of appeared in the Flash movie, at least a CGI representation of this character, based on his time in Superman Lives, as the 1998 unproduced film would have been called, which sought to reboot Superman on screen, much as Burton and Michael Keaton did with Batman. Written by Kevin Smith and would have been produced by John Peters, its plot featured Superman squaring off against foes Lex Luthor, Brainiac, and the killing machine Doomsday. After distributor Warner Brothers decided to axe the idea, Clark Kent didn't return to theaters until 2006's Superman Returns, and would take 25 years in total for Cage's portrayal of Superman to come full circle. The Flash director Andy Muschietti told Esquire Middle East that Cage was absolutely wonderful to work with. He is a massive Superman fan, a comic book fanatic. Although the role was a cameo, he dove into it.
Hi, I'm Bud Collier, and these are just a typical assortment of the many props contestants work with on Beat the Clock.
The number 9 actor on our list is Bud Collier.
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
And Bud Collier voiced Superman in the 1940s radio show and the animated Fleischer Superman shorts. His vocal performance captured the duality of Clark Kent and Superman, earning him recognition as one of the earliest voices of the hero. Collier's best remembered radio starring role began in early 1940 in The Adventures of Superman on the Mutual Broadcasting System, a role he concurrently performed in the animated Superman theatrical short films. Collier supplied the voices of both Superman and his alter ego, Clark Kent, opposite radio actress Joan Alexander as Lois Lane. Every Superman episode and animated short film featured a scene in which Clark Kent changed into his Superman costume, an effect which Collier conveyed by dropping his voice from a high tenor to a bass register while speaking the phrase, "This looks like a job for Superman." Collier later commented, The greatest fun I ever had in radio was playing Superman for 14 years. I could be as hammy as I wanted, and nobody objected. Collier voiced the character for the Filmation animated shorts in the 1940s. Collier stopped voicing Superman for the animated short films while continuing to do the radio series after the 9th short because famous studios took over the series and wanted him to record in a New Jersey studio, something which Collier's radio commitments to New York City made impossible. In 1966, Collier and Alexander reprised their roles from the Filmation animated television series for the New Adventures of Superman.
Need a hand?
Hey, cuz.
It's good to see you.
This looks like a job for the both of us.
Absolutely.
Our number 8 actor is Tyler Hawklin. Tyler Hawklin played Superman in the TV series Superman and Lois, which began airing in 2021. His performance balances the character's heroic duties with his role as a father, adding layers to the iconic hero. Hawklin was cast as Superman on the CW show Supergirl in 2016. As producer Greg Berlanti's first choice for the role, he did not have to audition, describing the casting as surreal. Hawklin said he hoped to successfully embody the optimism of the character and maintain the idea of Superman as a symbol of hope. He appeared in 4 episodes of the show's second season and was nominated for a Saturn Award for Best Guest Performance on a Television Series for his work in the role. His portrayal of Superman was well received by fans and critics and described as fun and a breath of fresh air.
Superman, how did you manage to get here?
Well, somebody had to manage. Where'd they take you?
To the Spider Lady's hideout. I think it's in a cave somewhere.
You don't know where?
No, I was blindfolded all the time.
The number 7th actor on our list is Kirk Allen.
It's Superman. He's saving people from the ship.
Take care of them. I'll go after the others.
And Kirk was the first actor to play Superman in live action, appearing in the 1948 and 1950 movie serials. Though special effects were limited at the time, Allen's dedication to the role laid the foundation for future portrayals. Allen recalls the day producer Sam Katzman asked him to play Superman. I thought it was a publicity stunt. I didn't think you could ever put Superman on film. They brought the people from DC Comics over and they said, "Hey, he looks just like Clark Kent." They said, "Take off your shirt." So I did and flexed my muscles. Then the guy said, "Take off your pants." And I said, "Wait a minute." I was 37 when I played Superman. I picked up that girl and ran up that flight of stairs like it was nothing. Allen played Superman for the first live-action Superman movie serial, released in 1948. The serial consisted of 15 episodes which recounted Superman's arrival on Earth, getting a job as a reporter at the Daily Planet newspaper, and meeting Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. The main plot consisted of Superman's battle against the arch-criminal, the Spider Lady. 2 years later, Atom Man vs. Superman was released, featuring Lyle Tablet as Superman's arch-villain Lex Luthor. This serial also included a sequence involving an eerie alternate dimension, not unlike the Phantom Zone, which would not appear in the comics for another 11 years. Allen gave the Man of Steel a different portrayal of Clark Kent, adding to the element of disguise. This was in the tradition of radio Superman Bud Collier. By contrast, his successor, George Reeves, played the dual roles more alike, as pointed out in Gary Grossman's book, Superman, Serial to Serial. The character's flight was affected by having Allen jump up, at which point he became represented by an animated character by way of rotoscoping, which flew away. Allen had tried flying while suspended by hidden wires for the first serial, but the wires turned out to be clearly visible, so that footage was scrapped.
What are you, fast, strong, and psychic?
I wish. I spent a whole night down in Suicide Slums trying to convince someone that I had 1,000 of these to fence.
The number 6 actor on our list is Tom Welling.
But it is your time in Smallville, with Jonathan and Martha Kent and all the people there, that made you a hero, Collier.
Now, Tom played a young Clark Kent in Smallville from 2001 to 2011. Focusing on the character's journey before becoming Superman, his portrayal earned acclaim for its exploration of Clark's struggles and growth. Welling was cast in the WB superhero drama Smallville after a nationwide search for an actor to play Clark Kent. In an interview with a teen magazine, Welling spoke about the day he auditioned for the role. I was on my way back from the Warner Brothers studio, and I stopped in a gas station to call my manager and tell him how I went. I called and got him on the phone, and he said, "Can you hold on a second?" Next thing I know, there are literally 7 people on the other line, and almost in unison they said, "Tom, you got it!" The pilot aired in October 2001 and became the highest-rated debut for the WB, with 8.4 million viewers. Welling told TV Guide that he turned down this lead role twice, but after reading the script, decided to take the job. Like Christopher Reeve, he was not a Superman fan before being cast as Clark Kent. In fact, he continued to not read Superman comics. "I made a conscious decision to stay away from that material. We're doing something different at a time before all that. I don't even want to affect what I'm doing, even subconsciously." He did get the chance to meet 2 previous Superman actors, Christopher Reeve, who appeared in Season 2, Episode 17, entitled Rosetta, and Dean Cain, who appeared in Season 7, Episode 4, titled Cure.
Were you out looking for me?
Well...
Superman doesn't lie.
Okay, yes, but only because of those deaths that I've been following. You know, the red marks around the heart.
The number 5 actor on our list is Dean Cain.
You could freeze me with your breath. I've seen you do it 100 times. And then I would look like I was dead, and you could take my body.
Lois, do you have any idea how dangerous that is?
And Dean gained popularity as Superman in the TV series Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman from 1993 to 1997. His portrayal emphasized the romantic and human side of Superman, appealing to a broad audience. In 1993, Cain took on his biggest role to date as Superman in the television series Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. At the height of its popularity, the program brought in an average of at least 15 million viewers per episode. The series ran for 4 seasons. Cain later made his first return to the Superman franchise with a special guest role in a Season 7 episode of Smallville as the immortal Dr. Curtis Knox, a character based upon this DC Comics villain, Vandal Savage. Cain returned to the Superman universe again between 2015 and 2017 in a recurring role on Supergirl as the title character's foster father, Jeremiah Danvers.
It's not easy for me to live my life being who I am, keeping secrets.
The number 4 actor on our list is Brandon Routh.
I'm so sorry.
It's my fault.
It's my fault. I'm sorry. You seem so familiar. Have we met before?
And Routh took on the role in Superman Returns in 2006. Paying homage to Christopher Reeve's interpretation, his performance captured Superman's kindness and heroism while bringing emotional depth to the character. Prior to Roth's casting as Superman in the film Superman Returns, Warner Brothers had spent over a decade developing a plan to relaunch the franchise entitled Superman Flyby, with possible stars including actors such as Nicolas Cage, Josh Hartnett, Brendan Fraser, Tom Welling, Paul Walker, Henry Cavill, who eventually became Superman in 2013, and James Marsden, and he would later go on to play Lois Lane's fiancé in the film. Also, Ashton Kutcher, Keanu Reeves, Will Smith, Johnny Depp, and James Caviezel. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that name right. We'll just say James Caviezel and leave it at that. The planned directors included Tim Burton, Wolfgang Peterson, McGee, Brett Ratner, and Shekhar Kapoor. When director Bryan Singer came aboard the project, however, he insisted an unknown actor be cast in the part, in the tradition of the casting of the best-known film Superman, Christopher Reeve. Routh was then 24 and had previously auditioned for director McGee. He was spotted by Singer after he viewed Routh's videotaped audition. Singer, who has since stated that Routh was the embodiment of our collective memory of Superman, was impressed by Routh's resemblance to the comic book icon and found the actor's humble Midwestern roots perfection for the role, as well as his combination of vulnerability and confidence, which Singer said reminded him of Christopher Reeve. Singer decided to cast Routh after the two met on August 13th, 2004, but did not tell Routh until 2 months later, when Routh's casting was announced, making him an instant celebrity.
Now I'm going to give you one last chance to stop acting like Nazi stormtroopers. Who are you to tell us what to do? All I'm telling you is that little creature in there has as much right to live as you do.
The number 3 actor on our list is George Reeves.
What have you done with them?
It's not what I've done, but what I'm about to do. I don't mind telling you that they're doomed, just like in the old-time movie serial.
And he starred in the 1950s TV series Adventures of Superman, becoming the first actor to bring Superman to life on the television screen in an extended format. His warmth and charisma made him a beloved figure in the role. In June of '51, Reeves was offered the role of Superman in a new television series titled Adventures of Superman. He was initially reluctant to take the role because, like many actors of his time, he considered television unimportant and believed few would see his work. The half-hour films were shot on tight schedules. At least 2 shows were made every 6 days. According to commentaries on the Adventures of Superman DVD sets, multiple scripts were filmed simultaneously to take advantage of the standing sets. For example, all of the Perry White office scenes for 3 or 4 episodes would be shot the same day, and the various apartment scenes would also be done consecutively. Reeves' character as Superman had begun with Superman and the Mole Men, a film intended both as a B-picture and as the pilot for the TV series. Immediately after completing it, Reeves and the crew began production of the first season's episodes, all shot over 13 weeks in the summer of '51. The series went on to air the following year, and Reeves was amazed at becoming a national celebrity. In 1952, the struggling ABC network purchased the show for national broadcast, which gave him even greater visibility.
You're scared of me because you can't control me. You don't, and you never will. But that doesn't mean I'm your enemy.
The number 2 actor on our list is Henry Cavill.
Tell me, do you bleed?
And Cavill brought a modern and grounded approach to Superman in the DC Extended Universe films, beginning with Man of Steel in 2013. His portrayal combined strength and vulnerability, resonating with contemporary audiences. It was announced on 30 January 2011 that Cavill had been cast in the role of Clark Kent's Superman in director Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Snyder called Cavill the perfect choice to don the cape and S-shield. Entertainment media applauded Henry Cavill on his road to success. On being chosen for the role, Cavill commented, "In the pantheon of superheroes, Superman is the most recognized and revered character of all time, and I am honored to be a part of his return to the big screen." Cavill reprised the role of Superman in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, a 2016 sequel which featured a crossover with Batman and Wonder Woman. He attended San Diego Comic-Con in disguise to surprise the cast of Suicide Squad. Cavill returned as Superman in the 2017 theatrical version of Justice League, which had been reworked by director Joss Whedon after Snyder left the project due to a family tragedy. He appeared again in Zack Snyder's Justice League, which premiered on HBO Max in March of 2021. After an intense fan campaign to see the Snyder Cut, his manager Danny Garcia said in 2016, directors Matthew Vaughn and Christopher McQuarrie were reportedly interested. Shortly after the release of Justice League, Cavill revealed he was under contract to play Superman in one more film. And that turned out to be a cameo in Black Adam.
Is that how a warped brain like yours gets its kicks? By planning the death of innocent people?
No, by causing the death of innocent people.
And of course, you all probably guessed who the number 1 actor on our list is: Christopher Reeve.
I believe this is your floor.
Superman in the big budget film. Lynn Stallmaster, the casting director, put Reeves' picture and resume on the top of the pile. 3 Sir Ilya Salkin, and Reeve was arranged. The morning after the meeting, Reeve was sent a 300-page script. He was thrilled that the script took the subject matter seriously, and that Donner's motto was verisimilitude. Heseltine also told him that Marlon Brando was going to play Jor-El, and Gene Hackman was going to play Lex Luthor. Reeve flew to London for a screen test, but he still did not believe he had much of a chance. On the plane ride, he imagined his approach to the role. He later said, "By the late 1970s, the masculine image had changed. Now it was acceptable for a man to show his greatness and vulnerability. I felt that the new Superman ought to reflect that contemporary male image." He based his portrayal of Clark Kent on Cary Grant in the role Bringing Up Baby.
Susan, will you come out of there and help me find some clothes, or must I come in and get you?
Oh, David, you wouldn't.
Oh, yes, I would. Oh, well, maybe I wouldn't.
After the screen test, his driver said, "I'm not supposed to tell this, but you've got the parts. And that was our look at the top 10 actors who played Superman. Each of these actors brought their own vision and artistry to the role of Superman, ensuring that the character continues to evolve and inspire audiences worldwide. And I want to hear from you. What do you think? Who's your favorite actor to play Superman? Who's your least favorite actor to play Superman? Let me know all your thoughts on the Superman actors in the comments section below. And until next time, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel, click the bell to stay informed, share this video as that will help me grow on YouTube as well. And don't forget to check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise also in the comments section. Until next time, this is Kevin Gibbons saying, live long and prosper. May the force be with you, and keep reaching for the stars.